All right. Yeah. Slapping the bass. Welcome to Butt Radio. All butts all the time.
Hey, what's up, man?
Exhausted. I even took a nap.
Yeah, why is that?
And I'm still exhausted. I didn't get home till 3. Didn't get into bed till
Were you in the
4.
studio?
Yeah. But like the last hour or so, I was fried. Like it wasn't even fun at that point. It was like, get me out of here.
Now, were you recording audio or were you just mixing?
We're recording guitar, so
Okay. Well, hopefully it sounds all right.
yeah.
Being exhausted.
Hopefully, if not, we're screwed.
You know, but that's better. That's better than the time we were in there recording your first. We'll call it EP. Or your first. Well, no, it's not even EP.
It's a collection of songs.
Yeah, where we went in 11 and left at.
We go at 11 or 10 because it was like 10 a night.
Oh, it might have been 10. Yeah,
but my luck.
I swear, like when I was leaving my place, this there was still a light outside, and we didn't leave the studio until there was light outside again.
So
that was a rough night.
Yeah, because I used to do night sessions, and the night sessions would be 10 to 10 in the morning. It's a 12-hour block for $400 or something. And when you write a bunch of songs, you kind of want to hear them back. And really bad tape recorder thing that you could like plug your guitar into and plug a microphone into, but it sounded worse. Like whatever song you wrote and you sang, it was awful. Quality is bad. Holding for the man. We got some tasty corn for down here.
Yeah, so we had to start early because you're going back in the studio tonight. Is it gonna be your last night?
No, I wish. I have 2 night sessions. So I go in tonight, and then next week I go in Wednesday and Thursday again. And then after that, it's a full day of mixing. And so I'm hoping we get done. It's technically 6 songs, but 2 of the songs are very short. One of them,
like how short?
Well, one of them's 2 minutes long, but one of my favorite songs, Etta James, At Last, is like 2 minutes and 19 seconds or something. But that song doesn't feel short. It just, the song happens, it's a good song, and you move on. So one of the songs is kind of like opening to the EP. So that's supposed to be short. But the other song, I didn't know it was as short as it is, but it's 2 minutes long. But it doesn't feel super short. So and then one of the songs,
just repeat the chorus a few more times. You'll be good.
The chorus line is repeated quite a bit, but but no, I think people, I'm lucky in the sense of, I'm not trying to make a career out of that side. I'm just having fun. I'm just taking ideas that I recorded and putting them out there for the world. And what's nice about it is, if it's a 2 minute long song, it's a 2 minute long song. I mean, one of the songs we're recording, they're like, and then the song's over, and I'm like, yes, that's it. But
and that's it.
But I have the luxury to be like, well, to me, it's a complete thought, and
well, yeah, it's your song, right? It's your words, it's your thoughts, it's your feelings. So if it takes 2 minutes to get it out, then it's out, right?
Yeah, and it's weird because it sounds like this love song, but it's mainly about my little niece, because she just one day she was asking me all these weird questions because I was upstairs singing.
That's what kids do.
And she's like, well, why are you upstairs screaming? I was like, oh. The whole day she kept on telling me that she's losing control and she's going crazy.
Gotta love kids. Gotta love kids.
Really big into
So
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. Oh, yeah, I got lucky. I didn't have to deal with that Minnie Mouse or Disney stuff.
Always sounds like a Minnie Mouse character.
What does?
My niece's voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, that's
squeaky or what?
It's up there. But I guess if you're a kid and you're watching these Mickey Mouse shows, you're like, well, that's how people talk. But
this is your
radio,
sister's daughter?
all the time.
What radio? So serious question for you. I was thinking about this today.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had a vacation? Like a real vacation? Where you didn't have to think about work or do anything work related?
I don't. Think maybe when I got
What was that?
Maybe when I got married.
Oh, Jesus.
2012 when I got married.
So
all
7
years. 7 years ago. Wow, I got married 7 years ago. In the last 7 years.
That's not healthy, man. You need a vacation.
Oh, I keep saying yes to things. And then I said, "Oh man, I forgot we're supposed to have this live chat and I got to go in the studio tonight." And so I said,
"That's why I'm asking."
Yeah. And they said, "Oh, why are you doing the live chat?" I go, "I'm not really for sure, but I love the people that go on there." So I have to go on there for Amanda and Caitlin and Savage
and Pookie
and Pookie Bear and Pookie Bear. It's really just to talk to you. It gives me a reason to chat with you.
Oh, that's nice of you. No, I am telling you, I swear, it's like Nick goes on to Jamaica like twice a year, right? Or at least seems like it.
He's going to CrimeCon, and then right afterwards, he's going to Florida.
He always does that, doesn't he? I mean, well, maybe not always, but I know he did that. Did he do that in Indy CrimeCon, where he was there and then he left like on Saturday to go on vacation?
Yeah, he showed up one day, and the next day I showed up, and somebody stole our sign, and so nobody even knew who I was. I just was sitting there by myself, like, "Hey guys, come talk to me.
All right,
come talk to me, please.
Come talk to me."
I got really drunk that night, though, and I slept really well. So that was good.
And then he had to drive home the next day.
Yeah, but that drive wasn't so bad. That was
like 3 hours, right?
About 3.5. And I can't remember what I was listening to, but I had like some like really good podcasts queued up, and like the trip like was awesome. You know what I mean? Like you just you got 3 hours. You're not in the car with somebody else, so you don't have to worry about that nonsense. And whatever I had just lined up, ready to go. And it was a good trip home. But then last year for and I think we've talked about this on the show before, but last year with CrimeCon, when I left, I'll just go over the story again because it cracks me up every time. Is I'm talking to everybody else like, "You guys leaving?" "Yeah, we did Podcast Road. We're out of here. We're hitting the road. We're heading home." Now, a lot of these, Tim and Lance, they got to go to Boston. I think Maggie was staying the night because it was around her birthday or something. But like Renner, talking to James Renner, he's like, "Yeah, heading back." A couple other podcasts. I talked to Peyton Lindsay, and everybody's heading back. And I was like, I have a meetup. I got to do this meetup. And so Nick was leaving, and then I had to do this meetup, and she was expecting both me and Nick, but we never got that memo, and they never sent anything to Nick, so he didn't know. because I kept on saying,
Yeah.
I have a meetup, and he's like, well, that's weird. Why wouldn't I have one? And when they were texting me saying, hey, are you available? They meant both of you.
Both of you. Yeah.
So then a set of listeners had some beers for me, so I had to meet with them. And then I had, I don't know how many beers they gave me, like, let's say like 12, maybe more. But they're like tall boys. And so now I'm like carrying around my suitcase plus the tall boys. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm in this giant convention center. I'm trying to figure out, and I went to the wrong exit. So now I'm going, oh, I gotta go all the way to the other side. I mean, this convention center was huge. It was awesome. I'd love it if they do another CrimeCon there because it was just awesome. You didn't have to leave.
Yeah.
There was a shooting, like a street or something. Friday, I think. It's just weird because it was like, wow, somebody brought the crime to CrimeCon. You know, hell.
Ew.
It's
Wait, was it
hold on.
last year that you had
Yeah, go ahead.
had the car issues?
Yeah, so last year, because I have my little Scion XB, and I had to get rid of that car because I drove a big truck, and I had to get rid of that car when I moved to Indiana so I could play gigs. So it's never a car that like I really wanted, and I go outside and my tire's flat. It was awful. Hold on, let me figure out what.
When
Oh, it's 69 degrees outside. 69 degrees in my pants. All the butts all the time.
You know what I think
Bear,
we need? I think we need to do.
I wasn't playing in Indiana. I lived in Indiana, so
In the worst part of Indiana.
I don't know if it's the worst part. I think Gary's a lot worse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sounds of it, Delphi doesn't seem much better.
Evansville might be crap,
Evansville can't be that great,
but it's better than Richmond.
because at least
Tom Raper.
it's not even there.
RV.
It's not even there
Richmond,
anymore.
Indiana.
So
then what's the point of going to Richmond?
There's no point. But you're closer to Ohio, so I'd argue it's a nicer spot to be in. It's close.
That's true.
Closer to Ohio. Yeah.
What's the point of going to Richmond? To keep going. That's right, Pookie.
Don't stop. You don't want to stop. I almost went to Ball State.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's something new.
Well, so the story goes, when I'm going through my divorce and all that, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, I started thinking about schools, and I was talking to this girl, like pretty much one of my only friends in Richmond, and she went to Ball State, which wasn't that far away. And I thought, well,
no, yeah,
I'm here. It's only a little bit away. It was a cool school. And then I was like, no, if I'm going to go to school somewhere, it's going to be as much for the school as it is for the location. So I was actually looking at two schools, one in Hawaii and then one in England, because I've always had kind of a fascination with the music that's coming out of the UK. So I thought, well, like you'd get a couple brownie points if you go over there and you're American and you're playing music. It'd be like, oh,
yeah,
let's take the American bass player. So I figured that would be a nice change, and also just England being so small, and then Hawaii was so small, but Hawaii was more for the weather, obviously.
Yeah, Hawaii's lot is really, really expensive.
Now I'm back.
I didn't even know you're gone.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it, but I have to kind of watch if you light up, and I can't hear you. But sometimes you light up randomly, so.
See, now I'm not. There we go. Now I'm lighting up.
Or like a sensitivity thing.
I think so.
did a couple notifications, but I think that like a couple notification sounds, but I think it's actually endearing.
It adds to the ambiance of it.
Armin. Yeah.
All right, so Ball State didn't pan out for you.
No, that's my
Can you-
ghosting story. I mean, it's a very long story, but it took a long time to figure out what ghosting meant, and the single world out there right now is a lot more difficult than it used to be.
I don't know.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Maybe England was a place for you. You could have settled down in a place like, I don't know, Birmingham.
Birmingham people are crazy. You don't want to. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, Ozzy Osbourne.
That's all you need to say. Sharon. Oh, Sharon. Oh. I do want to see the show with him and his son though, where they travel around.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it, but I have heard. I've heard it's actually good.
Pookie Bear, I think he actually ate the head off of a bat. Old Pookie Bear.
He also peed on the Alamo.
I mean, would it be that difficult for Pookie Baby to change their name to Pookie Bear?
No, not at all.
And I'm just.
But I think it's principle. I think it's principle at this point.
Okay, I can see that.
Right. All right, so I'm going to throw this question out to our peeps here on Discord.
Our peeps.
Our peeps. We need to send Captain on vacation.
Oh.
And I think we need to do a GoFundMe to send Captain on vacation.
No, let's not do any GoFundMe. I'll feel awful. I don't like gifts. It's not me.
Okay, that's right, Keelan. We're going to do Patreon. Patreon to send Captain on vacation.
Because we know everybody loves Patreon. Yeah, and you have something for me, and I don't want it. But you keep telling me you still have something for me.
I have something for you. It's nothing big. It's not like I got you a boat or something.
Here's a boat.
I'm going to stop by. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to meet you at the studio at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to give it to you.
Here's a boat for you.
It's a ring.
That's an engagement ring.
An engagement.
Morgan's finally proposing.
You're. I actually thought about this a little right before we started.
Proposing?
I was having a chat. No, not about proposing. But I was thinking about it. I was like, I have a lot of friends, and I think you're one of the only friends that I've never had a fight with.
You're such a bragger.
What?
I got a lot of friends.
I've had a lot of friends.
We got
but we've never gotten a fight. Ever. And I'm saying you're one of the only ones I've never gotten a fight with.
What about that time that Megan got your number to just get my number? Do we argue about that?
Which time?
Megan. Gonna be secretive. Once was married to our friend named Matt J. Remember, she got your number.
Oh, wait.
But then
wait.
All right.
Wait, you gotta message me on this one.
I gotta message you on this one. This happened like right after high school.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay.
Matt J, right?
Yes. Yep.
And we didn't get an argument over that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember that we did. I remember you're like, oh, and you kind of laughed about it. And I remember thinking, he really doesn't care, so I can take the number and talk to the girl.
Yeah. Because didn't we go
to a party?
Yeah. Which was a really weird party, if I remember. I remember people
super weird.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and people were getting into the suntan booth or something. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 o'clock in the morning, get into the sun.
Yeah.
Sentient.
The only I mean, Brent was cool. I mean, he was probably besides that, it's just
But he was in
weird.
his 40s. He was like, "Hey guys, you guys hanging out? I'm gonna hang out with you. Welcome to
Okay.
Butt Radio, BUTT Radio. Butts all the
Oh,
time. It's
it
69
was
degrees in the studio, 69 in Morgan's pants, and is packed up on the 405. Hey, we got Pookie Bear on the line. What's your 20? I don't know. I just have to do that every now and then.
I know.
Oh yeah, so I got to make sure that I actually stop at 9:30 because I need to take a shower before I go to the studio.
Wait, why do you have to take a shower before you go to the studio?
Because I haven't taken a shower yet today, and I'd like to have a shower. That's why. That's what's so hard about like this guy. I think the podcast is called Devil We Know. That's what it's called. He is covering a case. Jesse Hauser, I believe, is the name. And guy was shot and killed in Columbus. I think it was July 6th. He tells he's from Williamsport. So good 50-minute drive, hour-long drive. Tells his parents, 34 years old, if I can remember, tells his parents he's going to go to Columbus and he'll be back in a couple hours.
Wait. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid dispatch. You said from Williamsport to be a fork. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so he tells his parents on July 6th that he's going to go up to Columbus. He'll be back in a couple hours, which is weird. You know, I had some drug problems, a couple charges with drugs before. So possibly, you know, back to the addiction, and maybe he's going to score some drugs and come back. There was also possibly a girlfriend that he was seeing that he wasn't telling his parents about because he's 34 years old, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, they find him, I believe, the 7th. Maybe later. Maybe it was later. Maybe it was a couple days later. They find him
In a rough area.
Yeah, very rough area. And that's where they find him. So talk to this guy, you know, again, probably should just say no, I don't have the time. But the guy said, "Hey, can you look at this case and can we talk about it?" And it was nice because I brought up a bunch of questions and said, "Oh man, you're giving me stuff I never thought about before." So I thought, well, maybe I helped in some way.
Huh.
Yeah, he's been in contact with his father. So they were talking about how his father has some kind of connection with the accounts. I don't know if that's after death that they turned over the accounts to the father, or if the father was on the accounts while his son was alive. Because sometimes when people go in and out of addiction, you know, parents will become a part of their kids' bank accounts.
Yeah.
Claims that they got paid. Again, we don't know if he was paid that week or if he was paid the week before or what. But at some point the account went negative. And I said, I really think you have to follow that trace of where that money came out of. Is it coming out of an ATM around the Hilltop? The Hilltop is not a good area.
Yeah, like this area is really known for, well, it's not a good area, but it's big drug area, and it's like, especially where he was looking at the map, that Sullivan Avenue area, I know is you constantly are hearing about prostitution busts up and down Sullivan Avenue.
Yeah, and it's
not a good area at all.
I call them walkers because let's say I played close to that area. There's a couple times, for whatever reason, I missed like maybe 670 or whatever, and end up like taking Sullivan down or taking Broad all the way down.
Yeah,
and you just see walkers You don't know if
Yeah.
they're sex workers or if they're trying to score drugs or what they're doing there, So Pookie Bear calls them that too. Walkers, which I think is a
Walkers.
can't think of that show. I'm drawing such a blank. Night of the Living Dead, but that is not correct. Walking Dead. There we go.
Walking
Oh
Dead.
man, shows you how with it I am tonight. And I sound all clogged up. That's the other thing too, is I need to take a hot shower. So I unclogged.
Oh my god, dude! Do you know that I'm looking at the map, and right by the area where he's found, there's a church. It's a Church of Lamb of God.
What?
Yes.
Lamb of God. Church of Metal. So yeah, I had that interview today. Hopefully,
You need to stop saying yes to everything, man.
but like I said
No.
before, I could have started spacing out some of this stuff for the album. I could have done it after CrimeCon. And then I thought, you know what? CrimeCon's not that far away. It's a few weeks away.
3 weeks.
Excuse me. I'm like, let me just, barrel through this, right? And, I have a hard time meeting up with people, Pookie Bears.
Even me.
Don't say yes to meetups. I'd say yes to everything else. That's more for my safety. I don't know. I mean, you could be a lovely person, or you could be a murderer. Got a lot of the same.
You could be both.
Or yeah, you
both.
could be no. You can't be a nice person and a murderer. It doesn't work that way. So no. So this show is just becoming like my therapy session on me saying yes to too much stuff, but yeah.
All right, so you're doing too much. You're not taking vacations. You're wearing yourself thin. You're getting tired. Sounds like a healthy lifestyle to me. And you fell asleep during the show.
I've dozed off a couple times during TCG. So yeah.
Well, yeah, because when Nick is on a roll, he's not gonna stop.
You're like, this has been 30 minutes, and he's not even asking questions anymore. And you're like throwing everything at him. You're throwing out some flicky flickies. You're calling people trolls.
Nothing.
What'd
you think of this week's episode?
I thought it was good. I kind of. It's kind of like when somebody says, "Hey, have you seen a M. Night Shyamalan movie?" Like there's a twist coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nick was just saying, "Hey, we got this case sent to us. I've looked at it a couple times. Don't know much about it." And then he got really intrigued by the case. And from the outside, it just doesn't seem like a case that would kind of suck you in. Older couple, and there's some money, and who knows. But then it's very gruesome. It's a very gruesome one.
It is weird because there's only anytime you have decapitation, purposeful decapitation.
Yeah,
it's
Which well, hold on. Let me ask you this question: how many times did we say because of the gunshot or the possible gunshot that would make sense for the?
How many times did you say
for the decapitation? Talked about that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we said multiple times. Oh well, the decapitation makes a lot more sense if there was a gunshot because you want them to be able to do ballistics on the bullet. We said that. I want to say at least 4 to 5 times.
Yeah.
And the first email I got this morning was, I don't know if you guys ever thought about this idea, but what if he was shot with a gun and then they decapitated him so they couldn't do ballistics on the bullets? That was the first
Mm,
email of my day.
is it someone that maybe just listened to part 1 and not part 2?
I don't know. But it's yeah, it's
That's, I mean, honestly, when going over, part 1, going over the case, that was honestly the first thing that I thought was like, oh, they decapitated them to so that they won't be able to do ballistics on it.
right. Which makes you wonder what kind of gun.
It has to be something very specific or something that could be easily traced back to someone. This seems like it's a case. This is a case to me that is someone that's close to them. And it seems like the father was well, I don't want to say the father was the target, but it seemed like maybe the I said father because I think it's a family member. Where Russell was okay, so you have Russell who's shot in the head, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Shirley who's apparently hit in the head with a hammer. So it sounds to me like they are
Bodies dumped in the water. Yeah.
yeah, it's just dumped in the water. So it's almost like they had to get rid of Russell quickly because he was more of a physical threat. I don't know. Because why
They're all
would
the
you shoot
physical
one? Why would you shoot one and then hit the other one with a hammer and then, try to, tie cement
Well,
cylinders to
I think
and
there's
throw them in the water?
well, I think it makes more sense that there's multiple perpetrators, and then
Yes.
they took her out on the boat, and he was supposed to like, oh, we're gonna go take him to get money, and then they go, oh, he doesn't even have a debit card. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Where they get the boat from?
They had a boat. I mean, this lake is not accessible, so they could.
I gotta look at this lake.
It's a big. There's a lot of little different ways.
What is it? Lake Okichokie? Oconee?
Old Lake Okichokie, Sammamish,
Okichokie.
Old Lake Sammamish,
Oh, so it's like okay, I
Okeechobee.
see.
Old. That's
See, when you were
what
like
we.
it's 30 miles long.
What?
It's like it's
That's what I used to call masturbating in high school. Lake Okichokie. I'm just going to go
like
for
what are you doing today, Captain? Oh, the old Lake Okeechobee.
Old Lake Okichokie.
It's not. I would barely call this a lake. I call it a
Barely call this a lake. It's definitely a lake.
I, I, I don't know.
How many
It's like
houses are around it?
it's like a river on steroids. That's what it is.
Old Lake Okichokie.
That's right.
I almost bought
And
a decorative.
and a canoe.
I almost bought a decorative canoe today.
Yeah.
It was just this metal canoe, and I thought I should.
Maybe I'm going to
buy
go to
this.
Lake Okeechobee. Okay, where did you? Okay, first off, where did you see this at?
Back.
Okay, decorative canoe. Where did you see it at?
I don't want to give it away, but just a chain store. It's pretty big.
Chain.
Not like
Dick's.
a grocery store, just in a grocery store.
Okay. Wait, a grocery store has a freaking canoe?
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, I'm telling you, like I mean, I keep wearing these shirts, and people keep on going, "You look so fancy lately," and I'm like, "These are $5 shirts at the grocery store." Like, you can find a
What are
lot.
you wearing? Are you wearing like Hawaiian shirts? Are you turning into Jerry Taylor?
Oh, like no, I got a couple. I have a octopus shirt. I have a pineapple shirt. No, I mean, like, dress shirts, just seeing these, like, dress shirts or flannel shirts, and they'll be like, "It's on sale," because it's, going past the season, and it's like,
Yeah.
a shirt that was $25 is now $9 or whatever, and you're like, "Cool, I'll wear this." I mean, some bread, some flour, canoe, peas.
Shirts.
I haven't
I
bought
have a I have a sh- I have a shirt that you'd like.
I bought peas in a while.
I'm gonna post it here in chat for you. I think you really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not the CrimeCon one I showed you earlier.
Which I'm okay with that one. I'm just saying that, one, they didn't have sex with me, and I wouldn't give them a T-shirt. I'm not that nice.
You should.
I have a real issue with that, just not wanting anybody in my room, and I get
Yeah.
I get kind of weirded out. Like I do the Irish goodbye a lot, where I just
Yeah.
kind of dip out, and then I go back to my room because I don't want anybody to know where my room is. Not because
Yeah, I don't blame you.
uh
You know that there's going to be some guys and probably some girls and guys there that might steal some intimates of yours if they had the chance.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I could see that, but it's more like that. I don't want them like knocking on the door, like, "Hey, let's go have some beers." When you want to, just take a nap. So I think because of the first CrimeCon, I made the mistake of letting my friend into my room because they were had to charge their phone or something. And then it was like 2 hours later, and I eventually was like, "Look, I'm taking a nap. You can do whatever the hell you want to do because I'm exhausted." Because you have to travel, and then you're talking to
Yeah.
people all day, and then you're on your feet, and, like, I think by Saturday, I was talking like this because I couldn't do anymore. Um, you get so excited. You get so excited to meet these people, and then they wanna talk to you about cases that you haven't covered, and so it's a topic that you like, so you're just, like, rambling on, you know? Right, Pookie.
Gonna be
So, yeah, so,
3 weeks away.
yeah, you can't
Hey, you know that if you haven't bought your tickets yet for CrimeCon, you still have a chance.
Yeah, if you wanna buy your tickets, you can just, go to crimecon.com and use our promo code TCG19. Hey, Kahlua, she made it. Gangsters in the house. Right. TCG for life. I'm working on a bunch of new products, man. Got these bullet they're like bullets, but they're bottle openers.
Okay.
With, some of these, like, travel mugs, some cool water bottles. They have this, like, shower curtain where it's like this looks like this guy's stabbing and there's, like, blood. I don't know if we're gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a bunch of they sent me a bunch of stuff. But it was funny because, so they made these, they're pretty cool. It's like team captain, like, mugs and stuff, and they didn't, like, use the logo that I sent them. They just, like, used this, like, pirate looking dude. But then on all the Team Nick
Okay.
stuff, they
Yeah.
they spelled it Nick, and not NIC, and I'm, like, thinking, "Maybe you shoulda just looked that up," because I can't even present this stuff to him and be like, "What do you think about this?" Because that's kinda insulting, right?
Yeah.
On your phone again?
No. I'm looking at Lake Okichokie.
Old Lake Okeechobee. "Dad, I'm gonna go take a shower." "Where are you taking a shower at, son?" Lake Okeechobee."
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Sounds fancy.
Oh, it is. It is. So recording tonight, nothing Friday, nothing Saturday, right? The part of the show we plan our weekend. So how about we go out like tomorrow or Saturday, get some drinks. Since you're not gonna go on vacation or anything.
we probably can get together Saturday. Like,
And
I'm hoping when I get home tonight that like I can just pass out, sleep in.
can you normally do that? Are you able to shut down?
No, I'm never. If I get home, it takes me a good hour or two before I can go to bed. You know, I mean, back in the day, like if I got home at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, I was nodding off while I was driving. So at that point, it was like, okay, I'm walk right to my bed and fall asleep. But then when you fall asleep, then you wake up and you thought you're still driving, so you'd be like, "Ah! Oh no!" Yeah, we got to get to the point where, uh,
Like honestly, I don't miss those days of staying up all night, passing out at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I had one time that I had to like be at work, I don't know, 10 o'clock or something. So it got to the point where it was like, it makes more sense to just try to stay awake. So I stayed awake and then I worked, and the first couple hours were okay, but by the end of the shift, I mean, I thought I was gonna puke. I thought like, I'm a goner. So,
Where your body's just trying to shut down.
yeah. Yeah, that was when I worked at Nationwide Insurance.
Oh,
Times.
fancy.
I don't even know how I got the job, but I remember at some point, like, a ton of people that we knew worked there. Paul,
Yeah,
Tim Bloomer, Tim Williams.
a mess.
Yeah.
That's a mess.
Yeah, it was. Rachel,
That's oh yeah.
worked there.
That's
Nationwide
basically
is on your side.
Alrosa circa early 2000s.
Yeah. The people that hung at the Alrosa worked. Yeah. All right. Any questions this week? Since we got normally we don't stop at an hour. We just keep going, but since
So you're done.
I'm sure you'll keep talking.
Yeah. Well, we got a few.
Are you looking
Who are your top 3 serial killers?
at Kemper, currently Kemper.
Mhm.
Where are these at? Okay. Hey, Kemper. I mean, Bundy is still fascinating. I think
Yeah.
the thing that the movie shined on a light is the fact that not everybody in the country thought he was guilty. And
Which
so
is
we're
crazy.
looking back onto him.
Yeah. It was funny listening to Off the Record this week. It was like deja vu. I'm like, man, I swear I heard this conversation before.
Yeah, and he wanted to just talk about something, and then I was like, well, let's just talk. We don't have to talk forever about some people just want to know, what would you rate it, or would you would you recommend watching it? And so that's all,
Yeah.
uh
It was good though.
Kemper, but Kemper is like easy to kind of figure out, like, hated his mom, killed a bunch of co-eds. Always been fascinated by Dahmer, just because I think
Mhm.
strangeness of what he was doing with pictures and almost like trying to make a live zombie. It's pretty wild. But then I think you could look at it too on the Zodiac is super fascinating. Obviously that's not a solved one, and then of course Jack, more than 3, but it kind of goes hand in hand. as interested in serial killers as I am unsolved cases. So my top 3
I'm with you
unsolved
on that.
cases would be West Memphis 3, JonBenet Ramsey. Give me probably right now the Delphi murders. So that's 3. What's your top 3?
Wait, what was the second one?
JonBenet Ramsey.
Okay. What are my top 3 unsolved?
Yeah. Top 3 unsolved.
I feel like Delphi would be there.
Yeah.
Now, Madeline McCann.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, until recently, it was until last year, Golden State Killer. It took that one away from me.
It took that. They had to solve that one.
Oh, jeez, man.
Now what am I going to do?
And number 3 would you know what? I might say Brian Schaefer at 3.
It's tough. I mean, I think they just rotate because, I mean, I'm really...
Lisk is good. Lisk is a good one. The Long Island serial killer, that's a good one.
Yeah, Shannon Gilbert. I'm more interested in Shannon Gilbert's case. I mean, you have a 911 call that comes from basically the house of the party she's at. They find her dead. Yeah.
Have they ever released a whole 911 call?
Probably not. Probably never going to.
I know that there was something recently. Oh, that's right. So there was a judge's order earlier this year to release the 911 call. And I know Suffolk County Police are fighting that the judge's order. I don't know where it currently stands. Yeah, but and then that was last year. Long Island Police say there's no transcript of Shannon Gilbert's 911 call. Why would you not have a transcript? Why would you not release it?
You're covering for somebody that has money. I mean, there's a lot of corrupt departments, especially in that New York area. I mean, there's cops that run drug houses. There's money being double dipped. I mean, it's there.
So here's my question. Yeah. So we know that there were at least 2 people at the house with Shannon. I can't remember the guy's name who lived there.
Doctor. Yeah.
No, the doctor was he was in another house. Well,
that's what they claim.
Yeah. Oh, you thinking that he might have been at the party as well?
Yeah, wasn't it his house?
No, it was it John Bitroff? No, it wasn't him.
I believe it was the doctor's house.
Joseph Brewer.
Yeah, Brewer.
He hired Shannon as an escort from Craigslist. But then apparently she ran. Then Dr. Peter Hackett was another resident where she ended up at his house later on.
Mr. Peter Hackett, aging Dr. Horny.
So then my question is, we have the issue with the former police chief, right? James Burke. I'd be curious to find out if he was actually at Joseph Brewer's house that night as well.
Oh, probably. She probably said, and the police chief is here, and that's why they're not releasing it.
Yeah.
People are not that interested in the truth, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
People need to be more interested in the truth. And it's just like with the, as much as it's shitty that the 3 boys in West Memphis 3 take a Alford plea, it's shitty that the state would offer it. Be interested in the truth, and that's it. And our system,
they wash their hands clean of it.
our system should change and gear more towards the truth than to getting just some result. It's, it's actually pretty pathetic. It's really pathetic though. Like just the most of the stuff as I get older, I'm just constantly all shitty. How this world could be so much better if if adults acted like adults. People had more compassion. It's it's actually pretty pathetic. The state of our country and the state of our world. So, all right, lady's leaving us. Bye, lady.
I'm trying to think. So you talked about the Long Island serial killers a few times. That was one of the first ones, right? And then you talked about it when you talked about the killing season.
We'll probably do an update again.
It would be interesting. I mean, since you originally did it episode 4, maybe we should go back and listen to that one. But I mean, that's still early on, so
We did 2
Probably do it.
updates since then.
no, that's true.
I think we talked about something on off the record, but there's a lot.
They don't.
There's a lot of different theories on who Lisk is. Yeah, but yeah,
And I mean, I think there's definitely, well, the Gilgo Beach girls are definitely one guy. That's for sure, right?
I'll pop.
But then you have all these other bodies that are being, all these other bodies found or washing up, which can be possibly linked. It just seems like there's a lot of shady ass people in Long Island.
Right.
There's a lot of shady ass people everywhere, though. Let's be honest.
Sick about our country and our world, but yeah, maybe I'll maybe I'll talk to Nick about possibly doing something about Lisk again. I'm sure there's some stuff that has come out that we could talk about. I know the last
We can
update
do.
was that press conference where they did an interview with a girl that worked for, I think she danced for Brewer or danced for the chief or something like that.
Yeah.
It was the last update. I don't remember when that was though.
Was that the one that said that they had rough sex with the chief?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay. That was like in December, I believe.
Yeah. Wow.
What a freak.
Or was it longer?
Yeah.
It seems like it was longer ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like there in the past year there has been a little bit of movement, especially with since the news about Burke came out with him conducting business with girls from Craigslist.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not be protected by the badge. So but people that want to wear that badge, they want power more so than to protect and to serve. Because
And I think that's an unfortunate truth.
I mean, I think back in the day it was more likely that you get a protector and a server because the pay just wasn't there. And now now there is pay there, and then they manipulate the pay to get paid even more. But on that sad, depressing note, I'll say bye. Everybody keep Morgan happy.
Well, here, let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you one more question before you go.
No.
This is a follow up to our unsolved, our top 3 unsolved. So we probably named what 5. Which one do you think will be solved first?
Well, I don't think West Memphis will be solved.
So we said West Memphis. We had Brian Schaefer, John Bonet.
John Bonet will not be solved.
Madeline.
No, Maybe Lisk. You have a better chance at Lisk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's true.
it's not going to
I think
solve all the
unfortunately-
murders. It's just going to solve a portion of them.
Yeah, I will agree with that. All right,
No,
you need to get going.
Delphi will probably be solved first.
Oh, thanks, Caitlin. You're right. Delphi.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Delphi, and then Lisk.
All right, thanks for joining us. Amanda, Caitlin, Savage, Jenny, Kalua, Laura M, Miss D Via. One to Betty Go. Packer Girl. Maybe that's like Green Bay Packers. Paige and Mr. Herman. Pookie Bear, thanks for joining us. Sammy. Shivi. I like the cheap version of Chevy. All right, Idiot. Thanks for joining us. Zoe. Old Zoe. Gangster Garden. Probably a lunatic.
Want to do some hood rat stuff? We can do some hood rat stuff. So maybe we'll do some. Me and Pookie will do some True Crime Theater 4000 for you guys here in a little bit.
There you go.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'm going to
Go shower.
I'm going to go take a shower. I got this new body lotion called Fiji. It's going to be great.
Nice. Gonna take you away on a vacation that you really deserve.
Come along and ride on a fantastic slide. All right. Peace out.